Tales of Estolia by Sashina Kerfman. Volume 1. The Promise of Zacharias. Part 7. Catalyst of Change. Chapter 6. Dominance.
While passive and disinclined to pursue the military posturing that has been so damaging to the world at large, Estolians believe that deity will only help them if they are willing to help themselves. As a result, one of the more common occupations for young men between the ages of 20 and 30 is the Estolian military. Each man, according to his ability, is a part of the network that keeps us safe. Some become pilots, treating their airplanes and helicopters with almost the same reverence as they would their wives in the future. And some are a part of our naval defenses. Others opt to take on positions of personal safety for the ruling family, acting as bodyguards when the family leave the comfort and security of Estolia. Meredith Zakarian, Nuances of Modern Estolia.
Karis followed Zeb out to his helicopter.
"Where is Estolina?"
she asked once they were in the air and heading towards the airport.
Estolia,
he corrected,
is an island nation south of Barcelona, near Mallorca.
Estolia,
she said, getting the pronunciation correct in her mind.
Is it a territory of Spain?
No, it is an independent nation. It is very small and few people really notice it exists.
When he finished speaking, he turned his attention to landing the helicopter near a sleek private jet. She climbed out of the helicopter and followed Zeb over to the jet. A handsome man in a uniform came striding up to them and started speaking rapidly in an unfamiliar foreign language. A third man joined their conversation. They seemed grim. What were they discussing? As the conversation continued, Zeb drew her closer to him, holding her against his ribs. Whatever they were discussing was upsetting to all three men. The third man left their side and walked over to a military jet, complete with what looked like bombs or guns strapped to the wings. When they finished their discussion, Zeb placed a hand under her elbow and guided her into the jet.
Strap yourself in, we are being moved to the top of the queue for immediate takeoff.
Within minutes, they were climbing into the sky. Once they leveled off, she saw the military jet was shadowing them. She turned to Zeb for clarification.
Power takes many forms, Chrysandra Zakarian. I believe you are more well acquainted with power than the average wealthy young woman. However, few there are who can comprehend and make use of the type of money and power Sloane Danvers and I possess.
He glanced out the window at the military jet.
Sometimes it is all about a demonstration of power. Many animal species have the genetic imperative to breed with the most successful male. When the male red deer with the most impressive rack of antlers shows up, the lesser males give way rather than joust over the females. They see his power and realize they cannot win in a fight. As a result, the male with the greatest longevity nearly always passes on his genes. The same basic structure is seen in the type of power struggles surrounding you, Chrysandra, in that men of great power wish to be the winner and to possess you and your money. It is not as obvious in the beginning, without antlers to demonstrate genetic superiority, which man is the one predestined for victory. What I am doing is showing my power, so Sloane will realize his best course of action is to forget everything to do with you, your power, and the ill-conceived will your father was strong-armed into writing.
She looked from his eyes to the jet outside.
Thus, it remains to be seen whether Sloane is willing to give up, or whether he'll try something more extreme.
She tried to predict what he would do, but could not quite figure it out.
He's a coward.
I diagnosed him as a bully from the beginning. If he is, as you say, a coward, I believe he will not sink any further resources into his pursuit of you.
Turning her back on the window, she focused her attention on Zeb.
What is our itinerary?
We will refuel twice. Because of the need to demonstrate my power but not set either of us up as targets, we will not spend any significant time at either stop.
Why would we have stopped for any length of time?
I was thinking you would want to increase your wardrobe significantly,
he said. His smile lit up his face, communicating more than his words alone.
Oh!
She blushed. For months she had been living on a tight budget, needing to keep off the grid so Sloane could not find her.
I didn't even think about that.
We have a very skilled dressmaker who will make you a wardrobe, and Melody gave me several outfits to tide you over.
That's very kind and thoughtful of you, and of Melody.
she said.
Other than stopping for a quick refuel, we're heading straight to Estolia?
Yes, we will hopefully land by dawn.